Ever felt like you're on the outside looking in, no matter how hard you try to fit in? I used to be that person, always the awkward one, never quite clicking with the group, but then I discovered something that changed everything. In this video, I'll show you how I went from social outcast to fitting in with any group, and how you can too, even if you're an introvert. Let me tell you about this one time I went to a party. I was standing in the corner, drink in hand, trying to look busy on my phone. Everyone else seemed to be having a great time, laughing and chatting. Me? I was counting down the minutes until I could leave without seeming rude. I know that feeling of dread when you're about to walk into a room full of people. Your heart races, your palms get sweaty, and you just want to turn around and go home. But here's the thing. Fitting in doesn't mean you have to change who you are. That's when I realized something big. What if I told you that the key to fitting in was actually already hidden in yourself? Sounds crazy, right? But stick with me, and I'll show you how it works. Have you ever noticed how the most likable people in a group aren't always the loudest or most outgoing? There's a secret to their success, and it might surprise you. I remember this one guy, Alex, at a work conference. He was quiet, kind of shy, but by the end of the day, everyone wanted to hang out with him. What was his magic? At first, I thought Alex was just naturally gifted at socializing. But as I watched him, I realized something incredible. He wasn't trying to be anyone else. He was just Alex, and people loved it. This was a huge revelation for me. I'd spent years trying to be louder, funnier, more outgoing, basically anyone but myself. But Alex, he was doing the opposite. He was going with the flow, genuinely listening to people, and asking questions about things he was actually interested in. It turns out, this approach is like social dynamite. When you're authentically yourself, you're not wasting energy on putting up a front. Instead, you can focus on really connecting with people. And here's the kicker, right? People can sense that authenticity, and they're drawn to it. But being yourself is only part of the equation. The real magic happens when you combine that authenticity with active listening. It's like having a superpower in social situations. When you truly listen to someone, you make them feel valued and understood. And let me tell you, that's a rare and precious gift in today's world. I started practicing this at the next social event I went to. Instead of trying to come up with clever things to say, I focused on really hearing what others were saying. I asked follow-up questions about their interests. And you know what? The conversations flowed naturally. I wasn't just fitting in, I was connecting. Here's an example.
You don't even need a cold gas thruster system. You already have hot gas.
But this is only for the booster, right?
Yes. Although arguably, now you mention it, we might be wise to do this for the ship too. Thanks. Now that we're gonna fix that.
Jeez.
I'd say that's like one of the biggest improvements that we've made.
It occurred to me while I was explaining it to you. I was like, wait, what are we doing?
You might think being yourself and listening well are enough to fit in anywhere. But there's another piece to this puzzle that most people overlook. It's a subtle shift in mindset that can make all the difference. I discovered this game changer by accident, and it completely transformed how I approach social situations. Remember that time I told you about Alex? The quiet guy everyone wanted to hang out with? Well, there was more to his secret than just being authentic. I noticed something else about him that really stood out. He wasn't just there to be liked. He was there to contribute. Every time he spoke, it was to add value to the conversation or help someone else feel more comfortable. This got me thinking, what if instead of focusing on how to make people like me, I focused on how I could make others feel valued? It's a small shift, but the impact is huge. When you approach social situations with the mindset of, how can I contribute, rather than how can I fit in, something magical happens. I started trying this out at work. Instead of worrying about impressing my colleagues, I looked for ways to support them. I offered help on projects, shared useful information, and even just made sure to smile and say hello in the hallway. The change was almost immediate. People started seeking me out, including me in conversations and genuinely enjoying my company. But here's the really cool part. It's not just about what you say. Your body language plays a huge role too. I learned that simple things like maintaining eye contact, uncrossing your arms, and leaning in slightly when someone's talking can make you appear more confident and approachable. It's like you're saying, I'm here, I'm engaged, and I care about what you're saying without uttering a word. So we've talked about being authentic, really listening, and focusing on how you can contribute. These are powerful tools that can transform the way you interact with others. But here's the thing. It's not about rigidly following rules. It's about being adaptable, just like water. Bruce Lee said it best.
This is what it is, okay? I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
This is the secret to fitting in anywhere. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to be flexible, like water, adapting to each situation while still being uniquely you. It's a skill you can practice and improve over time. So go out there, be yourself, and flow into any social situation with confidence. And if you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, don't forget to write what you want to see in the next video.